Hi everyone, welcome along to the channel. At present we are in the middle of France on basically a month-long trip. When you've been tuning in to watch the videos, thanks for the subscribers. They've all been on Love, Travel and More. I started the channel because my wife and myself love to travel, but nearly a year ago, some people know, some don't, I suffered a stroke and was in hospital for 12 days. Now, this video is a little bit about the name change in the channel and also about my experience. When I went into hospital, I was very scared, didn't know what was happening, as is normal for everybody. And after a while it was declared that I had actually had a stroke. Now I was 50 odd years old and I found that quite hard to comprehend. Because you know, you go along in life and you think that nothing's going to change. But it does. I was admitted to hospital for 12 days. I found it really hard to accept what had happened to me. If anybody is going through it, I feel your pain, and you know, there's no easy solution to it. After a while, it takes a long time before you can even consider thinking that you've actually got a brain injury. It took me a long time. With me, it was known as a cerebellar stroke, which was affected my left side, but it didn't actually affect my speech, thankfully. And just down my left side, I was kind of probably semi-paralysed, I would say they call it. Couldn't get out of bed. Couldn't do much at all for myself, to be honest. Couldn't shower myself. Now this is a hard bit because you have to leave your dignity at the door when you're in hospital. And one of the horrible things that I had to do was actually shower. A nurse came in and washed you, dried you basically. So, you know, as for that happening, it's really, it gets to you with the privacy, you know. But if anybody is going through it at the moment, I do feel your pain, and I have said that already, but one thing that I couldn't accept for a long time is how bad it affected me. I thought after the days in hospital I'd get out, come home, everything would be great again. And it wasn't, you know. I said some horrible things that I shouldn't have said. And I know I didn't mean them, but you just couldn't help yourself say them. Don't know if it was my mind playing tricks or whatever, but it was really quite scary at the time. What I would say is, once you get out of hospital, I got admitted on a Sunday. On the Tuesday I got physio, and they had me up trying to walk and everything, because on the Sunday when it happened, I couldn't walk at all. I couldn't get out of bed. I needed help everywhere, a walking frame. Now, one thing you will find is that when this happens to you, your mind plays tricks on you because it makes you go a lot slower. You know, it takes you a long time to process things, like I do. Sorry, this video's maybe taking a little bit of time because of that. But if you have come out of hospital and are at home, and you've got the love of your family and your wife around you, or whoever you might have, your partner or whoever it is, that's a big thing. Make the most of it. Never be scared to ask for help. I was quite an independent person, and I found it very hard to ask for help. But, you know, there's people around you that love you, that'll help. No end. All because they want you to get better. Now, nearly a year later, I would say I'm a bit better. I'm walking now, not with a frame, but with a walking stick. So that helps. But I still feel myself going to the left a little bit. Still have a little few pins and needles, and my memory just isn't the same as it used to be. I used to have a company. I've had to give that up now at 56 years old. Basically, in one way I feel like I'm on the scrap heap. I'm no good to anybody. Can't get my pension for a long time. But it is the way it is. There is, if you look hard enough, there's people that will help. There's OT, there's physio. But you have to push that, because there's big waiting lists. Now, whether that's due to COVID or after COVID, who knows? But the waiting lists are horrendous. I'm still not allowed to drive at the moment. That's nearly a year now without driving. I need to go to Edinburgh to sit an assessment for my driving, just to make sure that I have the capability of my surrounds, basically, what's around me and things like that. So I guess, in the whole, all I'm trying to say is, if you are there at the moment, have some hope. Believe in it, because things will get better. When I had this at first, I called myself a stroke victim. And it's not a stroke victim, it's actually a stroke survivor. So I've been very lucky, I've survived this. I count my blessings every day for that. Hopefully in time, if you've had this and you're suffering this at home, you'll get better. You will. Keep believing that you will, because at some point things will start getting better. Don't know when. I'm nearly a year in, so So getting back to the channel, this is why I've changed the name of the channel. We love to travel, myself and my wife, and we've been very lucky in our life. We've travelled a lot, we've seen a lot of places, probably a lot of places that people have never been to or would ever dream of going to. But all in all, I changed the name of the channel because it's called now Second Chance Journeys. And the second chance, I feel I've been given a second chance, and that's why we've called it that. So if you do enjoy the videos, please give it a like, comment anything you want. If you are in the situation that you've just had a stroke and you're scared and don't know what's going to happen next, I'm well aware every stroke's different. I was lucky, I didn't need surgery. But I do feel that I have been given a second chance, and I'm going to make the most of it. And this is why we're away travelling at the moment. So please like, subscribe, comment, anything you want. I know there might be some negative comments. If there is, well, you'll get blocked, But just have some hope. That's all I can say. Thanks for now. Bye.